My name's Richard Gray. What we're looking at here is a rather splendid sycamore tree that's estimated to be something like 250 years old. And what's particularly interesting about it is the fact that it's got 4 trunks. Locally, it's known as the 4 Shires sycamore because we're close to a thing called the 4 Shires stone. And it's evocative of that. It's a wonderful citadel for local invertebrates. You can't get better than a big old tree if you're an insect. And boy, we've got plenty around here, but we won't have if the church get their way, because they want to cut this wonderful tree down, because they claim, in spite of evidence to the contrary, that the tree was causing damage to their relatively new, 40-year-old or so, new vicarage. Evidence suggests it's actually rather more complex than a simple tree. It's the whole story of global warming and so on. And in addition to that, this tree was owned by the church prior to them building their new vicarage. They actually owned it, but consented to it being left in their own garden after their new vicarage was built. And I inherited the tree together with my wife at the time in something like 1992, and it's remained there ever since. Our building, which is about the same distance as the new building from the tree, built in about 1770, has no signs of any damage whatsoever. And in fact, the new vicarage, you'd struggle to see any signs of damage to that. Most of the damage that's been pointed out to me by our friends in the church is actually inside the new vicarage, and if you look at their engineers' drawings, you will see a thing called the area of concern, which is epicentral to the new vicarage and shows nothing on the outside which could have possibly been caused by the tree. So here we are, locking horns with an organisation that's supposed to have the pastoral care of its community in its hands, that's doing exactly the opposite. A letter out of the blue claiming that the tree is doing this damage, threatening to charge something like £80,000 if the tree isn't taken down. Their own engineer's report has the words in it: "We've looked at the tree is not the cause. More likely it is the hot weather that we've had recently." And there we are. What do? I don't think we're going to pay. We're not going to take the tree down, and the church is still threatening, despite the evidence, to send us a rather large bill. Bishop, spare that tree.